Day 123. Psalms 106, 107. Have you ever looked back at your life and wondered, how did I get here again? The same mistake, the same struggle, the same regret, yet somehow, you're still standing. That tension, between human failure and divine mercy, is exactly what Psalm chapter 106 and Psalm chapter 107 explore. These chapters are not just ancient songs, they are mirrors. They reflect us. But they soon forgot what he had done, and did not wait for his plan to unfold. Isn't that familiar? You pray for a breakthrough, it comes. You cry for help, God answers. But then, life moves on, and you forget, not intentionally, just gradually. And when you forget what God has done, you start trusting your fears more than your faith. Today this looks like ignoring past testimonies, panicking in situations God has already proven he can handle, rushing decisions instead of waiting. Gratitude isn't optional, it's protection. Remembering what God has done keeps you grounded when life shakes you. Note that forgetfulness is the root of many downfalls. In the desert they gave in to their craving. So he gave them what they asked for, but sent a wasting disease among them. This is a hard truth. Sometimes God gives us what we insist on, even when it's not good for us. Think about it. That relationship you forced, that shortcut you took, that decision you rushed into, you got it, but it came with consequences. Not every answered prayer is a blessing. Sometimes it's a lesson. Be careful what you insist on. Craving what isn't good for you can cost you deeply. Let them give thanks to the Lord for his unfailing love. This verse is repeated multiple times. Why? Because gratitude breaks cycles. There are descriptions of people in different troubles. Lost in the wilderness, sitting in darkness, sick and near death, caught in storms. And every time they cry out, and God rescues them. But here's the pattern. They cry and God delivers, then they are told to give thanks. Why? Because if you don't pause to thank God, you'll repeat the same cycle again. Gratitude closes chapters. Without it, life keeps repeating the same lessons. Remember that silence in gratitude leads to cycles of struggle. Lesson 4. Rebellion doesn't always look dramatic. It can be subtle. For they rebelled against God's commands and despised the plans of the Most High. Rebellion isn't always loud or obvious. Sometimes it looks like ignoring wise counsel, doing things your own way, quietly resisting what you know is right. No shouting, no drama, just silent disobedience. But the result? So he subjected them to bitter labor, they stumbled, and there was no one to help. So small acts of disobedience can lead to heavy consequences. Alignment with God matters, even in the little things. Do you realize that being at rock bottom can be the turning point, not the end? Let's focus on one of the most beautiful patterns in Psalm chapter 107, which reads, "Then they cried out to the Lord in their trouble, and he delivered them." Notice something. They didn't cry out when things were comfortable. They cried out when things fell apart, and God responded every single time. Not once does it say, "You've messed up too much." Instead it says, "He saved them." Your lowest moment might actually be your doorway to restoration. Don't waste your breaking point. Use it to turn back. He turned the desert into pools of water and the parched ground into flowing springs. This is transformation at its highest level. Dry land becomes water. Emptiness becomes abundance. In our world, this could also be seen in a failing business becoming successful, a broken family being restored, a struggling child becoming a leader. God doesn't just fix things, he transforms them. And sometimes, he uses your worst season to create your greatest testimony. No situation is too far gone. God specializes in turning dry places into life-giving ones. To wrap this session, Psalm chapter 106 shows us our human pattern. We forget, we wander, we fall. Psalm chapter 107 shows us God's pattern. He hears, he rescues, he restores. So the real question is not, will I ever mess up again? The real question is, will I remember who God has been to me when I do? Take a moment today, reflect, give thanks, and return if you've drifted. Because no matter how far you've gone, there is always a way back.